I'm your counselor, and welcome to the Arsenal fan experience. Today, I'll be going in depth into the Norwich City Arsenal game. And this is Arsenal's second and final meeting against Norwich this year. And after, and they were, and they received a legitimate scare back in September when they only beat Norwich 1-0. I wish at that point in the season, Arsenal and Norwich weren't too far off in points or in the standings, as Arsenal obviously had an infamous, horrendous start to the season. But today things are different, as Arsenal is obviously climbing up the table while Norwich is still in the relegation zone and far in it, and it's almost irreconcilable at this point. So in this sense, there's not a lot of stakes in this game, and I'm just going to cut to the chase and say that the combination of the fact that this game is so lopsided and this game occurring over the Christmas holiday is what prevented me from delaying my reaction, as I don't really have a lot to say about this game as well. But I decided to do this because of the fact that Arsenal's game against Wolves was ultimately cancelled. So as we get into it today, take a look at the Arsenal starting 11. One major addition, and really interesting, I'd say, is Rob Holding played at right center back, as Takahiro Tomiyasu got a game rest, deserved rest, and Ben White moved over to right back. But overall, Arsenal, they came out of the Christmas break firing on all cylinders, as specifically the 6th minute through. I couldn't ask for more with the passing delivery. It was so crisp. It was so precise, ultimately leading to a great Bukayo Saka goal. And that's really what was the story of this game, how much time and space Norwich defenders gave Bukayo Saka, because he was able to utilize that space, even if there wasn't a lot between him and the defender, and score some magnificent goals, as he would score 2 goals in this game. But it could not have been without his center attacking midfielder in Martin Odegaard, who delivered 2 great assists on the first and second goal. Second goal would end up being scored by Kieran Tierney and make it 2-0 for Arsenal at the end of the first half. And it doesn't go without saying for how critical I've been about Norwich that they didn't just let Arsenal play with them. They were very serious in their efforts, and they made a lot of good efforts. But it was just a case of Murphy's Law today for them, and nothing went right for them, even from the opening whistle. And even as they made a couple great plays with Timo Pukki going on the attack, and even you can't rely on him and Todd Cantwell for offensive support when you're going up against a underrated Arsenal defense that I was thoroughly impressed with today, especially Ben White at right back. That could be a interesting look into where he could be in the future. Maybe Mikel Arteta might decide to go 3 center backs and have Arteta as a right back. Maybe he's so interested in going forward, and maybe he might play midfield one day. And I believe he actually did when he was on loan at Leeds United a couple of years ago. He's a very versatile player, and I couldn't be more pleased with how well he's been fitting into the Gunners early this year. So as I mentioned earlier, Bukayo Saka got a great pass from Lacazette, who the trio Lacazette, Odegaard, and Saka were on point today. He was given there was no one else. Only had one man on him, and usually with a player of his caliber, he should really be double teamed or triple teamed. He's that dangerous. But Janulis didn't do so well in defending, and Saka was able to slide it home with his left foot. Later in the second half, Alexander Lacazette would be uh, rewarded a penalty, and which he would subsequently take and score, beating Angus Gunn. And I know that sounds like a beer, but he's a goalkeeper for Norwich, who also just so happened to be in goal for Southampton when they lost 9-0 to Leicester City 2 years ago. And to cap it all off for Arsenal's great uh, day after Christmas win or Boxing Day win, a Nicola Pepe, who came onto the field, uh, looked to shoot it, but it deflected off a Norwich defender and to the feet of Emil Smith Rowe, who just so happened, like he always is, having been in the right place at the right time, and started at home to make it 5-0 for Arsenal. And while it was looked at by VAR, the conclusion was that as it deflected off a Norwich defender, Smith Rowe was technically onside, and therefore Arsenal was gifted the goal. And as a result, my final thoughts on a decisive 5-0 win by Arsenal over Norwich City. They are who I thought they were, Arsenal, and that's a relief. Like they could have lost this game, knowing how close it came a few months ago, but they dug deep. They really were. There's really nothing bad I can say, and that's why it's so short. Like they're firing on all cylinders, and it's just such a great thing to see, and I couldn't be more happier. Although this form will be testing to see on Saturday as they take on Manchester City, who are currently at the top of the table. So they could get humbled, and I'm prepared for them to be humbled. But getting wins like this really boosts their confidence. Overall, my man of the match today is Martin Odegaard, and I'm typically more biased towards the playmakers, but Odegaard, like with Saka last week, he had a great passing rate today. Almost all his passes were accurate. In reality, he was contributed to 3 goals for Arsenal, and he was just all over the field, and that's so great to see. As he just turned, oh, he's only 23, as he just turned 23 about 10 days ago, and he's only getting better. And to think how hyped he was coming out of Real Madrid, the 40 million that they put in to permanently buy him was money well spent, and I'm more than thrilled with his performance so far. So anyway, I just have to take some time at the end to thank everyone for watching my videos this year. It was a good year, and I look forward to doing more reactions or analysis in the future. And join me next time in the Arsenal fan experience as Arsenal takes on Manchester City. Arrivederci.